It's okay, guys. I'm fine. I'm fine. Hey crew, welcome back to the Spiritual Social. I'm Lexi, your local lightworker, and I thought of creating a pick-a-card reading today inspired by world events. The recent negotiations towards stopping the war between Israel and Palestine have really inspired me to consider how many people will be rebuilding their lives. Now, you don't have to have gone through a large social conflict, but I'm sure that your country, your region, your local community was affected in the last years by something important. And I'm sure that in your personal life, there may have been some changes that have placed you in a state of transition. So this is a reading meant to satisfy clarity that you need to navigate this transition. This is why I have called it, How Will You Rebuild Your Life? What will be the elements that you are going to benefit from in this transitional period? I'm going to be looking at the role that you're leaving behind, the role that you're stepping into, practically this new identity that you're creating. I will also be looking at the challenge that lies ahead as you transition, and also the blessing that may be involved in this transformation in your life. So all of the decks that I'll be using in this specific reading are linked in the description box below if you want to have a peek. But before I jump into the reading, I wanted to show you a choice of 4 different beautifully decorated, I think writing paper or postcards. So they are originally taken from this, which is called a Mo card Wonderland, 60 pieces, like a dream series. So it's just beautifully colored material paper. And I thought of giving you a choice of 4 different specific objects or elements. For you, group 1, I have here this gorgeous flower who looks like a dahlia, one of my favorite flowers. Okay, for you, group 2, we have this dreamlike cottage. Looks like a hobbit may live inside of it, right? Or Hansel and Gretel. For you, group 3, I was so drawn to these incredibly cute, tiny green shoes. And the flower as well, maybe evocative to you. And for you, group 4, we have this unicorn in a snow globe decorated by an array of flowers. So these are the 4 options. Think of them and make a choice based on how would they fit with this idea of transition. Yeah, let me give you the full view so that you can have a look at them, a better look. Okay. And if you have made a choice, then I'm not going to cut into your viewing time. I'm going to keep this introduction short and sweet. I basically just need to tell you that I love you. You're gonna be okay. I'm really looking forward to the wonderful things that are coming up ahead, and so should you. Life is meant to be lived and enjoyed, not only feared. And I hope that this reading can bring you clarity, healing, and inspiration, because these are the positive intentions with which I am creating it. Now, if you have chosen your object element, then let's jump into your reading and figure out, how will you rebuild your life, my love? Hi, group 1. Welcome to a reading on the topic, how will you rebuild your life? This is a reading that is specifically designed for those of you who find yourself in transitional situations. And it is created for those of you that were drawn to this beautiful flower. It looks like a dahlia, which is one of my favorite flowers as well. So welcome to your reading. Let's find out right now, what cards were you dealt? So first of all, we have here the sovereignty of air. We also have here the 10 of air. We have the ace of air. Whoa, a lot of communication energy. The identity that you're leaving behind is the following: the warrior. The identity you're walking into is the vengeance. Wow. The challenge that you will be facing in this transition is chaos, the harpy. And the blessing, banyan blessings, security, expansion, and stability. Okay, so right off the bat, it is very clear to me that the way that you will transition to this next stage of your life, the way in which you will begin to rebuild, is first of all going to begin in the mind. And you will do it with the help of somebody else. You may meet a counselor, a lawyer, an individual that is educated, that has studied a lot, has a wealth of knowledge that they can put to your service to help you in your specific situation. This is a person that has the correct, necessary information that you need to access in order to rebuild your life. You may need to go with this person to a court of law, to an administrative building. This person can help you with paperwork, with the visa applications, with passing examinations, with defending yourself according to the rule of law. This is an individual that is incredibly intelligent, very cunning, knows exactly what to say, the right questions to ask, the right answers to give, knows when to tell you to keep silent and when to speak for optimum effect. This could be a teacher. It may also be a doctor for some of you. This is an individual that has a lot of power through knowledge and is able to share this knowledge with you, or share this power with you in this period. There could be a language barrier that you need to overcome in order to rebuild your life. You may have to learn a different language so that you may relocate to another country, another territory. Most of you that were drawn to this pile, you want to rebuild your life in a completely different country than the one in which you were born and raised. So you may need to get accustomed with the laws, the regulations, the language, the habits, the customs of the people in that specific country where you want to travel to. I see that it will be very important for you to keep an optimistic mindset and to be very logical, to not entertain flights of fancy, to not get emotional and emotionally overwhelmed, to not be ultra pragmatic and to focus only on money and work and what you see in front of yourself. It will be so important to talk to a lot of people. Make friends. Friends are going to really help you in this transitional process. I see that you feel betrayed, you feel hurt, you feel like you've been backstabbed countless times. I see that it's difficult for you to open up to people, to speak with confidence, and to truly trust the information that is coming your way. But your life will depend on it in the coming period. So you're going to have to put effort into overcoming mental and verbal impediments. What you are leaving behind is this energy of a person that had to hustle to survive, a person that had to fight, a person that took on the world with all the aggressive energy that you could find at your disposal. The light attributes of the warrior are strength, skill, discipline, and toughness of will, heroism, stoicism, and self-sacrifice in conquering the ego. So you really grew up to be such a tough cookie, and this strategy really helped you up to this point in your life, up so far. The strategy can only go this far. I feel that at the moment, with the transit of Pluto shifting into the sign of Aquarius and your life becoming rebuilt again, you are going to let go of this warrior energy and become a better communicator. The shadow attributes of the warrior are trading ethical principles for victory at any cost, indifference to the suffering inflicted on others. So I feel like in the past you had to have like horse blinkers and only to focus on your optimal survival, and oftentimes you did not help other people because there was no help to give. You had to help yourself. It was so dire and the circumstances were so difficult that you barely had time to breathe for yourself. You barely found something to eat. You barely could rest. You barely survived at work as well. There was so little for yourself that you couldn't share with other people, and many times you actually had to push yourself forward first, and you kind of had to elbow your way with the competition or with the resources that were available for you and for other people. So it was a selfishness that helped you survive, and nobody's blaming you for it. I feel that you may be blaming yourself very harshly, because I do see here that with this card, the 10 of air, you could be feeling completely down in the dumps, you know, you could be feeling like life really took out everything from you, and it was incredibly difficult to reach this point, and you feel like your social relationships have suffered as a consequence of this strategy of like, I need to put myself first because there is so little for everyone, so I need to find a way to survive, I need to find a way to take, even without being given permission, because that's how you make it, that's how you live another day. So I feel that also because people have betrayed you or have used you, or you perceive them as having done so, because you have to keep in mind it's also our perception, it's not necessarily what actually happened. But I think that because of that, you build up a lot of resentment, and you really want to equal the leveling field. You want to kind of become a force for the distribution of karma, but be careful, because only God, only the divine can swoop in at the right time when planets are aligning with the correct transits to give to a person what they have taken away or what was taken away from them, and to punish those that have been incredibly selfish and mean and vile and cruel. So try not to become an instrument of vengeance, because you will only suffer in this process. The keywords here are overcoming slights and making a choice. You still have a choice to make. You can still go down the path of forgiveness, of letting go, of first of all clearing your own energy and your own mind of toxicity and belligerence and this need to kind of like settle the score, you know, an eye for an eye. I suffered, you're gonna suffer with me, you know. If I'm going down, I'm taking you down with me. Whew. Take a breath. Take a breath, detach. Literally just do this movement, detach, you know. It's so important to release this karma. Release it, because if you hold on to it, it will lead you down a very dark path. And you will only create even more karma and even more suffering that will be passed on to your children and generations to come. So be very mindful of how you use your power, of how you use your freedom. And it is important to understand that if you have, in a way, I need to tell you that you've made it through the worst, and now a new cycle is beginning. Try not to bring this hurt energy into this new cycle, because it will lead to a lot of cuts and bruises and scars and further trauma. Leave the baggage at the door. Yeah. So I'm really happy that I was able to create this reading for you, because I think it will stop a couple of you in their tracks, because you're carrying this aggressive energy from the past, this pent-up resentment. You're filling yourself up with all of these negative scores, like this person did this to me and this person took that and that person did this and my family didn't help me with this and the government didn't help me with that. And you're like building yourself up. You're building this kind of like shadow monster energy, and it will end up eating you whole, eating the light that is inside of you. And you don't want to do that. You want to relinquish the fight now that you've made it out of the conflict. And you want to become a warrior of light. You want to rescue whatever hope, forgiveness, kindness, and compassion is still left inside of you, in spite of the fact that you were so victimized and brutalized and marginalized. This requires a lot of strength. It's not easy. You have not been given an easy karma, an easy task. My heart goes out to you, because I can understand. This is a lot of pain, yeah? But in order to stop reproducing that old saying, hurt people hurt others, be the one that cuts the strings of the hurt and decides to just, you know what, I'm just going to relinquish this hurt. I'm going to put it in my past. I have a new chance to rebuild my life, and I'm going to take all of this aggressive Martian warrior energy and I'm going to put it into creating something dynamic for people around me. I'm going to be the savior. If people were not there to save me when I needed help, I'm going to be there for other people and save them. And by this, by becoming the hero rather than the villain, you are going to heal your heart. And you're going to gradually drop all of these 10 scissors, take the swords out of your back, allow the wounds to heal, put some cream on them, treat yourself gently and kindly. It requires a lot of energy, but you're not going to be alone in this process. The challenge is going to be, how will you make it through this chaos? There will be a lot of information coming your way from a variety of different channels. Not all of this information is going to be good. So you are being given a counterpart, a person that is experienced, wise, knowledgeable, an expert, a person that is able to help you work through. This could be a therapist that is able to help you untangle all the toxic thoughts that are running through your mind. A person that can help you stop and reflect before you jump into an action that you may later on regret. So I see that there needs to be a lot of healing, especially in relation to your feminine energy. Your feminine energy has been completely disrespected, completely butchered, completely brought down. And now you're going to have to bring it back up to life. You're going to have to rescue it. Get Persephone out of the underworld. Rescue her. Give her a helping hand. Much like you would have liked other people to help you, but it wasn't up to other people to do the job that you were meant to do in order to become your own hero and heroine. So this is the effort that is required. You will build your life with the help of another knowledgeable person and with the help of your mind working at your thoughts, these toxic thoughts that are enslaving you at the moment. You have to really start working with your mind, controlling it as much as possible so that you don't lose it, so that you don't let it drown in all this pain and then it runs away and it takes you into delusions, all sorts of psychotic breakdowns, God knows what other things the mind can create. So getting control of your mind will mean getting control of your words, your thoughts, writing your thoughts down on paper when they become too much and they start spinning and you start ruminating and you kind of go like, releasing the pain through the body by doing deep breath work, by doing movements, stretching. Fascia stretching exercises will be ideal for you. Make sure that you stretch, make sure that you expand, so that your body, as it expands, it also liberates your mind, right? So that mind and body connection is going to be super important for you. Read what other people have been going through. Other people like yourself. Get into the study of other people's autobiographical accounts. There is nothing more humbling and more heartfelt than to read the story of another person who has been through hell and has survived it. And then you can also write letters to that person or join some sort of online forum or a group of fans of that person. And then you are part of a community. And then all of a sudden you share these things with the community and they do not just exist in your mind poisoning you, but they exist out there in the world and they are validated and they are seen and you have released them and you are healing. So there's no coincidence that you were drawn to the flower, because the flower is a symbol of femininity, a symbol of blossoming, coming back to life, growth, renewal. You have a chance to grow out of the pain of the past, but it will be very important for you to accept these blessings. The Banyan blessings are about rooting into your truth. This is about stability that comes from you making healthy choices that are about what exists in reality, not what you are fighting with in your mind because of your memories and intrusive thoughts and post-traumatic stress disorder and other things that you like, all these hauntings that you're carrying with you from fights that have already completed. You have been through the worst, you have been through the fights, but sometimes the body carries the echo of the pain, and it is that echo that you need to take and ground into something solid, pragmatic, For example, when you feel your thoughts spinning out of control, do something physical with your hands. Start creating a collage, do some gardening or pottery, maybe play an instrument. Something that can help you use your fingers, your thoughts, your body in some sort of harmonic flow. So rather than you just sitting still and thinking and like coming up with all of these weird plans and strategies for attack, it would be much better if you just catch yourself as you are in the middle of a toxic train of thought, of a toxic loop, and then you just go get up and you're like, I'm gonna stretch, I'm going to do something right now with my hands. I'm going to clean my space. Maybe I'm going to go out the door and take a walk. I'm going to call a friend. I'm going to tell this person what I'm going through and just see what he thinks. This is definitely a male person, a counterpart. For some of you, this could also be an ex-lover, potentially a future spouse as well, who will help you in the healing process to organize your thoughts. Yeah. Group 1, this is the reading that I have for you. I really hope this helps. I hope that you will have a blessed new beginning in your life. It is in the cards for you. You got the Ace of Air. So be a bit mindful of your thoughts and of the words that you speak, because they are actively creating your reality at the moment. And you want it to be a beautiful reality, not one soaked in conflict and aggression like it was in the past. You have the wonderful opportunity to heal your heart. So take it, okay? Thank you so much for listening. If you want to get in touch with me for a personal reading, I do offer those, so keep that in mind. Till next time, see you then. Ciao. Hi, Group 2. Hello, darlings. Welcome to a pick a card reading on the topic of how will you rebuild your life. This is a very good pick a card reading for those of you that find yourself in a time of transitions. And it is for those of you that were drawn to this image of this beautiful cottage. So let's see what cards you were dealt. We begin with the 9 of Earth, the 5 of Water, the 5 of Fire. You have a significant Grandmaster number synchronicity, 5-5. The identity that you're leaving behind is the Beggar. Wow. The identity that you're stepping into is, oh my God, the King. From a beggar to a king. I'm shocked. Okay, let's continue. The challenge that you are facing in this transitional period, the Chimera, synergy. And what is the blessing that you will be given in this period? Psychic flame. We have here Bridget. 333. You are replete with synchronicities in this reading, my beautiful ones. We have sacred milk and druid magic. Wow, what a special reading. Okay, Group 2. So first of all, I see very strongly that your path in this transitional era is going to take you from a person that was struggling to make ends meet financially to somebody who will finally achieve financial stability. If you have been given all sorts of issues and problems related to your capacity to not only have an income, but save up money for a rainy day, if you felt like money was running through your fingertips, like there was always an unexpected payment or something that you had to spend money on that was completely shocking or unfair in some way, like you were able to save up some money and then they would raise taxes and you would lose the money that you would save because the taxes were higher, or there was a conflict in the area in which you lived and all of your life savings had to go into protecting yourself and your family. All of these things, I see that they are going to end. You will no longer have this financial instability, this up and down, and these unexpected curveballs that life will be throwing your way. You are going to reach stability that is material, a sense of safety in the world that will help you become productive and that will help you manifest wealth and keep it, maintain it. So 9 of Earth is all about having everything you need and then some more, feeling like you are the king or the queen in your lavish, beautiful garden. You are safe, you are protected. And speaking about this king, I mean, look at this contrast. This is the role you are leaving, and this is the role you are stepping into. And whether you're a man or a woman, the king personality still applies to you, because I feel like your masculine energy is being awakened, and you will be better able to protect yourself, to make a good case for yourself in any job and in any occupation. You may be promoted. You may finally be able to gain access to the type of occupation that you've always dreamed of accessing. It could be that you had to struggle through a very long period of study and you lived like a beggar. You had very little in terms of income, and you always had to cut corners or live off the offerings of other people. And now I feel like you will get a steady income, which will allow you to live more relaxed. So in a more lavish way, in a way in which you can be even generous with other people by giving them gifts, by giving them small attentions, maybe even buying food for them or drinks. So the light attributes of the beggar are: confronts empowerment at the level of physical survival, awakens the spiritual authority of humility, compassion, and self-esteem. So indeed, this period in which you had very little in terms of material wealth actually trained you emotionally to do a lot with very little. You learned spiritually how to value the little that you had, how to be grateful for even the smallest things. And this is the path towards really aligning yourself with the law of prosperity, gratitude, being grateful for the little things, and then they multiply into bigger and bigger and bigger things. So this beggar mentality, this lack mentality that you kind of were stuck in, is also a path forward on the spiritual path towards you becoming more aligned with what really matters in life. You learned what really matters in life over and above money, luxury, designer goods. So now you are being given these things because now you know how to have them in your life without corrupting your soul, without falling into greed and avarice. Now, the shadow attributes are dependence on others to the exclusion of effort. So I feel like an era is ending, an era in which you may have needed to rely on the support of family members, relatives, maybe housemates, and other people around you, a lover potentially, to support you. Now you are coming into your own, and I feel like the tables will turn and you may begin supporting the people in your life. And this will increase your sense of power and responsibility. The keywords for the king are control and the reversal of fortune. So you are really going to have the spotlight upon you, and you are not only going to attract more money, but you will also be more confident in your skills. Now you've been through the worst, now you've been through the ringer, and what follows is financial prosperity. It's material stability that allows you to put the cares of the physical world to the side. Your belly will be full. You will be warm and comfortable. You will have all the creature comforts that you need to finally relax in your life and start prioritizing other things, such as your emotions, such as the quality of the relationships in your life. All those things that you learned are really important and they matter, and you had to rely upon when you weren't able to support yourself. So you will be able to support yourself, you'll be able to support your family. Money is coming in your life, and you will be able to rebuild on a more solid financial foundation, I would call it. Now, I also see here that you have lost a lot. It could be that you have lost a home. It could be that you have lost a family member. And now, as the person that may have sustained you is gone, you are confronted with the fact that you have to make ends meet on your own. And you will be surprised at how good you will be at this process, how great you are at managing money, because now you have the experience of little, and with that framework you will be able to manage a lot in a very sensible way, without going into debt, without wasting a lot of money, because you've learned the importance of preserving things. 5-5 talks about chaos, but this is not chaos related to the material, pragmatic, physical foundation of your life. This is going to be chaos related to the people around you, like in society. There will be a lot of comings and goings, a lot of relationships beginning and stopping, starting. I feel like you could work in an environment where you have to deal with a lot of people that come towards you for help. You help them, and then the next one comes. I also feel that because you will have money, you are also going to be better able to protect yourself, and your health is going to really improve. You will be eating better, you will be warmer, you will be able to pay all of your bills, the electricity bills, the gas bill, the light bill, whatever other bills that you need. And you will no longer live with the stress. So you will no longer wake up into a cortisol filled reality, but you're going to be more relaxed, and there will be more serotonin flowing through your life, which will calm you down and relax you and improve your looks, improve your overall well-being, and just help you from a health point of view to boost up your immunity. So you may go through a glow up. You could see, like, for example, your hair, which may have been thinning out because you weren't eating properly or you were always stressed out, will regain its beautiful shine. Yeah, because I see very strongly here that an emphasis on hair is very strongly brought about by Bridget. In ancient rituals, it was believed that carrying a lock of red hair was helpful for women who were pregnant so that they wouldn't give birth in so much pain. Red hair was considered to be protective, and I do feel that you will no longer have physical pains. It could be that now that you are coming into money, you would be able to finally go to the doctor and treat yourself, buy all the medicine that you need, or develop some sort of nutritional plan, or finally get yourself physiotherapy lessons, maybe even buy certain prostheses that you need for your body, or improve your eyesight by purchasing glasses or contact lenses. Maybe even treat your teeth if there were issues, you had tooth pain or toothaches. All of these are going to be resolved. So you are really going to come into a period of time in which you will work through a lot of the dreams that were feeding you in the past. You have to understand here with the chimera that the sum is stronger than its parts, right? Because you see here the monster is stronger because it has all of these different parts. So you're going to have to work together with other people. And these people could be people that you pay to help repair you in some way. Sorry for using this word, but I do feel like a lot of repair work is coming into your life in this rebuilding period. And these people will work with you very closely to help you improve yourself in some way. So I do feel that the divine will bless you with money and the fulfillment of your material needs so that you can finally begin the work of rebuilding your body, helping you with your skeleton, with your skin, with your hair, with all of the physical, tangible parts that represent you. You are going to have to face your fears and overcome delusions, because you could be tempted to run away into this world of imagining all sorts of dangers, or thinking, oh no, I shouldn't do this. What if I lose my money? What if somebody steals my money? What if I will be tricked? What if I fall prey to a pyramid scheme? You won't. It's really important that you adopt a very realistic and pragmatic approach in the coming period. You will be tempted to continue to hide away from the pain of the world, especially if you lost someone. I feel like here with the 5 of water, there may have been a death in the family, or there may have been a very painful separation, and you had to let go of a person that you really didn't want to. A period of depression, sadness, which may have really negatively impacted your health. is now coming to an end. We have here with the Five of Fire, you really had to go through a lot of conflicts, a lot of arguments, a lot of like daily battles with individuals that may have challenged you and your capacity to make an income. But now you will have plenty. Okay, you are attracting wealth, you are attracting prosperity, you are manifesting abundance, and you will finally be able to put these nightmarish creations to rest and no longer fight with those around you, but you will be able to creatively communicate what it is that you need in order to help you in this solid rebuilding of your of the structural nature of your life. So I see here that you may purchase a home or rent a property in a better environment than the one you were in. I see that you will exchange one type of occupation for something much better. I see that you may be promoted or you will finish your studies and begin finally earning an income. There is this feeling of, I finally can enjoy life. I no longer have to like suffer and do without and be so stoic and tell myself I'd rather sleep because I can't eat and I'm going to sleep again with my empty belly. You are finally going to allow yourself to receive nourishment and to receive the care of those around you that want to help you in terms of your health and to repair your body, to repair yourself from the wounds of the past and the lack of things from your past. So this could also be psychologically on a deep level. You are finally going to come home to your body. If you suffered from eating disorders or problems like self-harm, I feel like you are finally going to understand that your body is this really important entity that you have to take good care of, and that your wealth lies in your health. So the more you invest in your health, the more abundance you are able to manifest around you. Yeah, so wow, good health, more money. God bless you, group 2. I hope this comes true for you. Thank you so much for listening. If you want to get in touch with me for a personal reading, just keep in mind I do offer those and I can tailor a reading to your specific needs because this is a general reading. But thank you nonetheless for listening, and I cannot wait to see you in my next reading. Ciao. Hi, Group 3. Welcome to a pick a card reading on the topic of how will you rebuild your life? This is a very good reading for those of you who find yourself in a transitional period in your life. And it is for those who are drawn to these little shoes, this pair of shoes. They are so adorable and so tiny. So just like in the song, you know, these boots are made for walking. I know that these are not boots, but it seems like you're getting ready to walk someplace else. It could be that you're walking away or walking into. Let's see the cards that you were dealt so we can bring some clarity to your situation. The 9 of Water. Wow. Okay, this is really nice. We have the 4 of Air. Oh, you're in need of a holiday. The 2 of Water. Oh my God. So this is the identity that you are leaving behind. You're leaving behind the identity of the Queen. That's interesting. This is the identity you're stepping into. Wow, the Hunter. Talk about a change. This is the challenge you'll experience in this transition. The Warning, the Kelpie. And we also have a blessing coming your way. Hidden familiars. Aww. And the keywords are allies, natural assistance, divine support, and comfort. Okay, so I think that by now you have noticed that you got some important water cards, which tells me that you will rebuild your life with the help of a soulmate. You are about to meet a person that is going to be incredibly significant to your heart, to your emotional inner landscape. You will fall in love, maybe for the first time, or have another chance at love if you were previously married or in long-term commitment. If you had a chance at love and it didn't work out, I see that new love is coming into your life. Open up your mind because this love could be completely unexpected. It could come from a person that is very different than the type of lovers that you had in the past. This person is somebody that you know from a previous lifetime, and they are manifesting in your reality during this time of transition to help you by loving you, to give you the confidence and courage to begin again in life. So your transition is going to be emotional. You are going to build a new foundation in terms of how you feel about yourself, how you feel about another person, and with the help of a relationship, with the emotional effort you will put into that relationship to take care of your needs, to take care of the needs of your partner, this is how you will rebuild your life, with the help of a counterpart. You're not going to be able to do it alone, and you're not going to be able to do it if your heart is closed and you say no to love. So open up that heart, draw those emotional strings apart, because I feel that you are about to enter a very peaceful, calm, restful part of your life. Yeah, a new chapter that is going to be emotionally fulfilling. You are going to be made very happy by this counterpart. I see an equal exchange of energies. What you take is what you also give in this connection, and vice versa. This partner is going to be somebody that will be your equal, somebody that will be your friend, your solid rock when things become weird. Whenever you will feel threatened by the surrounding environment, because I see here that there will be some issues, some triggers, some red flags in the environment around you. But whenever you will feel this fear from the external reality, you know that you can safely run back into the arms of your soulmate and discuss the situation with them. And this person is going to give you so much love and so much strength and support that you will be able to overcome any weird shadows, any sketchy characters, any challengers at work, any person that comes at you with criticism and bad intentions in your surrounding reality, in your neighborhood, in your local community. I feel that the light that you two will create between each other, due to this love that you will have for one another, is going to push a lot of dark energies to the side. I do believe that there may be, with the Kelpie here, I'm tempted to say that you should be mindful of water. I'm not sure if you guys are going to live next to a body of water, but there may be some issues with the pipes in your household. The pipes could often block, or there could be some issues with the water. There may not be drinkable water in the environment in which you guys will live, or there may be a lake, and the lake could be very dangerous. Maybe a lot of people have drowned or disappeared in that lake. So you have to be mindful of bad water. I feel like this is the major warning that you need to prepare yourself that you're coming up against. But at the same time, it will be important to keep the water flowing in your household. Do not leave your dishes unwashed for days on end. Try it as soon as you have done cleaning the household. Drain the mop and throw the bad water, the dirty water away. It will be important to keep fresh sources of water in your home and to get rid of stagnant water, because water can trap a lot of dark entities, and because your love is going to be so strong and so filled with light, it may also attract darker energies in a more powerful way, because as you know, the stronger the light, the more powerful the shadow. So protect this love, especially by using water magic. Water magic is going to be super important, because it will also cleanse the energies between you and your lover, protecting you guys from depression, from arguments, and from emotional misunderstandings. Yeah. Now, it's very interesting that I saw that you're leaving behind the attributes of the queen, which are radiates the regal feminine, uses her benevolent authority to protect others, but the shadow attributes are becomes arrogant when authority is challenged, controlling and demanding. So what I see here is that you're going to let go of this Yas Queen mentality that you may have had while you were single. I think that you're understanding the limits of this mentality and how it was keeping some good people away from you, mostly because they wouldn't fit into this Instagram perfect type of relationship, which I think you wanted to have. You're going to start prioritizing emotional values over and above superficial aspects. And in this way, you're going to attract this beautiful soulmate towards you because you're going to open your mind and you're going to understand, you know what? I want a relationship that feels good, not one that looks good towards other people. I don't need to impress anybody. I don't need to fly my freak flag high. I don't need to have this persona that I'm showing how self sufficient I am and I don't need anybody. No, I actually want somebody, and I'm going to open up my heart for love, and I'm going to choose a person that treats me well and is kind hearted. So you're going to start prioritizing these emotional values, these intangible things over and above this kind of personality that is glitzy and glammy and self-sufficient and is kind of like having her own back. Yeah, and is a lot into the self-love and self-care that can have a very superficial tinge, if you don't deal with the deeper emotional aspects that are contributing to this. Because a lot of these Yas Queen personalities out there in the collective tend to be Yas Queens only on the superficial level. They're not really queens in reality. It's just because they wear makeup or they look glitzy, they think that they are queens. But a real queen is somebody who stands up for herself, is somebody who's brave, is somebody who takes on each day. In spite of the fact that she may be feeling vulnerable, she completes her tasks, she takes on responsibilities, she's kind to other people even when they are being critical to her. A queen sees above petty, trifling things, and is not only a queen because she looks good or she wears phenomenal jewelry, but she's a queen in heart. She's able to lead other people towards the right kind of values and experiences. And I see that you're going to let go of this side of yourself, and as you transition into this new lover era, you are going to become incredibly confident, and you are going to be the one who's going to mostly be in control in this relationship. I feel like your partner is really going to emphasize your strength, and they will tell you, oh my god, I love your inner strength, I love how brave you are, I love how you challenge people's personalities. And this is going to, this part of yourself, this more masculine, this competitive, this dynamic side of yourself is going to come out, and it's going to finally feel accepted and allowed to play and allowed to protect the sanctity of your relationship to your lover. The keywords here are sure-footedness and predestination. I also believe that before you meet your person, you are going to overcome a couple of really interesting red flags. Your intuition is going to tell you, steer clear away from this person, go towards this person. And you're going to follow your intuition. And this is what's going to activate the hunter inside of you, this primordial instinct to follow what you feel is correct. Not what other people are telling you, but to follow your inner guidance, your instinct. And you're going to feel very proud of yourself. You're going to feel like, wow, okay, so I followed my intuition. I overcame a dangerous situation, or I stayed away from a person that looked good on paper but was actually a scammer or somebody that wanted harm. And look, I ended up choosing the right counterpart for myself. And this string of intuitive decisions that you will be making that will guide you towards your lover are going to give you the sense of sure-footedness. It's like, I know who I am, I know what I want, I know I am in love, and I'm going to do my best to protect this love, okay? So you're going to have this warrior hunter energy activating inside of yourself. And you may also be the one that could earn more in this connection. You could be the one that brings home more money, more stability. And I don't think that your counterpart is going to be a slacker, because the relationship will be equal with the Two of Cups here. But I think that you may come into more money or more prestige. People will value your skills a little bit over and above those of your partner, and you could end up being the breadwinner in the situation. and it's nothing to be ashamed of. It's something that you should be proud of, and it's something that finally you will be able to share with your lover. Now that you have all these beautiful resources, it's not all about keeping them for yourself and not knowing whom to give gifts to, but now you can spoil your lover as well. Yeah. So this generosity of heart is actually going to be manifested in a more direct way than you were able to do so in the past, when a lot of your energy and a lot of your resources went into self-care and went into this image that you were creating. But now you're moving from image, yeah, queen, to action, to actually doing a lot of things that make you happy. You could begin a new training, you could start your own business, you could be the one protecting your home. You're just going to initiate a lot of things with your partner. You can take your partner on a holiday, on a beautiful trip, on a romantic getaway. You may decide to have children with your partner, and you'll be the one saying, look, you know what? I want babies with you. Let's start making babies, or let's move in together, or let's get married. I really want to be with you. So you're going to be incredibly determined and sure of the decision you have made. So the hidden familiars here represent not only pets. So I feel like you're also going to be blessed with a pet that will feel like magical. Like this pet is going to feel when there's bad energy around certain people. If this is a dog, they may start barking, for example, when somebody is coming at you with negative energy or before something bad happens. Or if this is a cat, the cat may jump into your lap at the end of the day if you're kind of like tired and aggressive and take on the negative energy from you to her. This could also be a pet turtle in certain cases that will teach you a lot about patience and moving in between different environments like water and earth. I feel like hidden familiars are also you will have a lot of blessings from unknown benefactors, like people donating a sum of money to you or sending you some gifts, and you don't know where these gifts are coming from, but they will be with good intentions. It's not like you have a weird stalker. This is going to be individuals that you may not be aware of that want what is good for you, and that may send you gifts, that may send you opportunities. This is going to be like a sense of divine support, like all the result of all the good actions that you did in the past will manifest in these individuals that may buy you a cup of coffee, or may buy you a drink, or may help you open up your door because maybe your door to your apartment is jammed one day and this person just shows up and helps you open up the door, or may just give you a ticket, like you're standing in line at the cinema waiting to go in with your lover, and then a person comes in and says, look, I just won these 2 tickets, but I don't want to go and see the movie anymore. Would you and your lover like to take the tickets? Things like that, like very small but significant things that help you in some way. Yeah. So these are the hidden familiars, the hidden benefactors that are going to contribute to your life in a beautiful way as a result of all the good deeds that you created in your life up until this point. So it's kind of like dharma, your rewards for good consequences, for having been able to overcome your karma. And on this beautiful note, wow, group 3, congratulations, you're falling in love. Let me know how it goes down in the comment. Thank you so much for listening. And if you want to get in touch with me for a personal reading, I do offer those, just keep in mind. Anyway, if this is where I have to leave you, then I wish you good luck on your merry way and see you in my next one. Ciao. Hi group 4, welcome to a pick a card reading on the topic of how will you rebuild your life. This is a reading that's very good for those of you who find yourself in transitional times, and it is for those of you that were drawn to the unicorn in the snow globe image. Okay, let's see that the cards that you were dealt with. Wow, strength card. We begin in a very strong note. We also have here the 4 of fire. Okay. Oh, wow, the sun. So this is very powerful Leo energy. You could be a Leo, have an ascendant in Leo, a moon in Leo. This is the energy that you are leaving behind, the role that you are leaving behind. And we have here the shapeshifter. And this is the role that you're walking into. Wow, the patron, mentorship and finances. This is the challenge that you'll be facing in the coming period. Hecate, illumination. And this is the blessing that is coming your way as you transition, opening the circle, ritual, protection, and simplicity. Yeah, okay. This next era or chapter of your life is all going to be about you. It's going to be about your personality, your ideas, your God-given gifts and talents. A very strong transit. It could be that you're having the transit of Pluto sitting in opposition to your sun, conjunct your sun. You are just going to have to learn how to become attractive, confident, a leader, how to allow all eyes to fall on you and to withstand people's adoration, but also criticism of you, how to wear it like a badge of honor rather than to allow it to defeat you. You are coming into so much power. In this next chapter of your life, you are going to be the main actress or actor of your life. You will no longer be allowed to play second fiddle or to be the supporting part to somebody else's story. This is all about the determination that you had to survive, to achieve your goals, and now finally it's rewards time. There is a sense of playfulness, romance, a feeling of, I've got this, I know what I'm dealing with, nothing and nobody scares me anymore. You have acquired sufficient life experience in order to give back to the world. You have gathered inside of yourself so many hidden treasures, and now it's time to share them with the collective, manifest them, express them. Yeah, the way in which you speak, the way in which you think, the way in which you behave, your sense of style, everything is so appetizing to others around you. I literally, my mouth was watering when I was describing you. So it seems like you are having this incredible light around you, this glow up, almost like it's messianic, like it's really pulling a lot of admirers, a lot of fans. Maybe even some people will become low-key obsessed with you in this period. You are also attracting a good number of sycophants, so people that, want to please you and say whatever you want, whatever they think you want to hear, not the truth. So you'll have to be a little bit discerning related to the company that you keep very close to yourself. But I see here that you are, if you are a struggling artist, if you are a performer that needs a big break, if you are social media content creator that really wants to go viral, these things are coming your way. So get ready, because you'll become popular very fast and you will have to withstand the heat. And the only way to withstand the heat is to heat it, to become even brighter than the heat that is being transmitted to you from the public. Yeah, and only the sun can out-heat or outsmart the love and adoration coming from the group, the collective. And I feel that physically as well, you're doing something here. You may have started training or changing your diet, going in a fitness routine. Some of you have had plastic surgery, corrective surgery, all sorts of things that in some way are helping you. And my cat, who's sitting right behind my camera, has started like moving erratically. So it seems like you've been setting some things in motion, and now they are finally aligning themselves towards a breakthrough. Like all the little actions you have started, all the seeds you have planted in the past, all the people you know, all the effort you have put into your work, into developing your skills, into networking, getting to know the right people, positioning yourself in the right location. All of these things are going to come together, and they are going to give you your 5 minutes of fame. But I think that in your case, they will continue towards something more. So I had to cough. I had to cut that part out of the clip. So I do feel that you need to protect your voice. Your voice has a lot of power. And not only in terms of you have a beautiful singing voice and you may be a singer getting ready for your big break. This is about you saying the right things, the things that may help liberate other people. I think that you're going to become a spokesperson for a disenfranchised group or a group of people that are vulnerable. You may become not the mascot, but more like the image associated with a particular cause. You could receive some sort of funding from people. You could become the image of a specific brand, for example. You may be given a brand deal and become a brand ambassador. I feel very strongly that in your own country, you will receive the most support rather than from international people. And I definitely feel that your home, the space in which you dwell, is going to become the center of this creative effort. You may broadcast some things from home. You may decide to work from home. The home is going to be the center of your life in the coming period, and your connection to your ancestors, to your roots, and to the people from your past is also going to become highlighted in a really strong way. It could be that you become a spokesperson for indigenous groups if you also are indigenous yourself or you carry indigenous blood, or for the cause of a group that has been racially discriminated, a group of people that has never had sufficient rights or exposure. You will be cherry picked from among them and placed on top in some way to represent them or to signify them. Now, this comes with a lot of responsibilities and stress, but I think you're the person to do so because you will do it with a lot of optimism and enthusiasm and with a lot of vigor. Like, people are going to see you as an image of strength and courage. People are not going to be able to make fun of you. Because I think that you will have this inner humor and inner resilience to make fun of yourself. And this is how you're going to touch people's hearts as well, by not taking yourself too seriously, although you will take the cause that you are supporting, the values that you are promoting very seriously. And this is what's going to inspire trust in your public, in your fans, in the people that you have to deal with. Now, I do feel that the blessing will be that you'll be incredibly protected. I feel that you have some sort of magical support from a coven of witches. I feel like you may have contributed in some way to their liberation or to their support, to their causes, and now they are giving back in terms of ethereally protecting you from evil eye, from curses, from black magic. So I feel very strongly that as long as you keep things simple and you don't exaggerate, you will be protected by a lot of occult practitioners and spiritualists. I also feel that here, the challenge with Hecate is illumination. You are going to have to let go of a certain self-defeating mentality that has kept you in place for a very long period of time. I feel like in the past you were entertaining some rather negative views of who you are. There may have been some shame or guilt that you needed to overcome and release. And I feel like the challenge will actually be to believe in your light, to believe that you are a good person, to believe that when you met Hecate at the crossroads, you were shown the right path, you took the right path, you made the right decision. Hecate usually appears in a person's life when they are dealing with a spiritual crossroads, when they are in the dark, because she lives in the underworld, in the kingdom of Hades, and she is the one that lights a torch and shows you a couple of paths. Which one will you take? Will you go down the path of self-denial, self-abnegation, or self-love and illumination? It seems like you've chosen well, you've chosen correctly, but now the effort of sustaining your light is going to be your defining characteristic in this next chapter of your life. You will rebuild your life based on the power of self-belief. And not only that, but the belief that you are the person that can do it. You are the person that you know what you're doing. First of all, you have a purpose. There is a higher power supporting you. You have a calling. And especially believing that you are able to maintain this enthusiasm, this love, this capacity to feel like, yes, I can do this. I will sustain this. I will not give up on it. And I will not give up on the people that need me. There's so much light, so much fire, so much passion here. So you will become a light in the dark for a lot of people. And it's mostly because you, first of all, made a pact with yourself to pull yourself out from the dark, from deep depression, from shame, from feelings of guilt. You have forgiven yourself. You have accepted yourself. And you are now honoring who you are by loving yourself. And as you know, that when you love yourself, you love the divine. And then the divine manifests its power through you by increasing your light, your attractiveness, your capacity to do good in the collective. The important element will be to maintain it, to not give up, to not feel like, oh, it's just a flash in the pan and the next morning it will have died down and nobody will remember who I am. But no, to believe in yourself that this is something that is my new life, my new occupation, my new calling, a new level that I ascended to. Yeah, because the only way is up. With Hecate here, she's here to rise you from the muck and place you among the stars. And just a couple of words on these two cards. The shapeshifter here. The light attributes are described as skill at navigating through different levels of consciousness, ability to see the potential in everything. In the past, you were full of potential, but you couldn't decide on who you wanted to be. You had no idea what was your inner compass. You were just feeling things, gathering impressions and life experiences. But now I see that with the patron, you are becoming solidified into this new role, this new identity. You know who you are. You have finally found your purpose. You have ascended to the next level on your spiritual journey. And you are going to take it upon yourself to heal and help other people figure out who they are. And this is going to be your noble work. And this is what's going to help you sustain and manage your light. Now, the shadow attributes of the shapeshifter are projecting any image that serves your personal agenda in the moment. You will no longer have to become who you think other people want you to be so that you keep them by your side. You are going to become like a force that is centered, a force that is generative. You are going to create projects, opportunities for work for other people. You are going to attract clients. You are going to help people heal, and you're going to continue on your beautiful spiritual path because you will be supplemented with knowledge. So a period of deep study is going to help you ascend to even higher levels. And I feel that a lot of occult knowledge is coming your way, so use it wisely. Wow, this has been such a powerful reading, but my voice is giving up. I'm still recovering from a cold. Thank you so much for listening. If you want to get in touch with me for a more personalized reading, I do offer those, so feel free to check the links in the description box below. But if this is where I leave you, then thank you once again for listening. Thank you for being part of my crew. I appreciate you, I love you, and I cannot wait to see you in my next one. Ciao.